There is light at the end of the garage for those trying to find a parking spot in downtown Longview, with the new Gregg County parking facility on track to open sometime this fall. KLTV7's Bob Hallmark has the update.
For over 14 months, finding a parking spot within 3 blocks of the Gregg County Courthouse was a challenge. Most people circling continuously, trying to wait for a spot to open.
This was the first time I thought in terms of blocks away that I've parked from someplace. So, yeah, I parked over by the post office. I get my steps in, you know.
Oh, we are so ready. I'm very excited. And it's a beautiful addition to downtown, too. I think it gives a nice appeal.
In spite of the courthouse shuttle availability, the annoyance has been more than just workers looking for a parking spot.
Absolutely, for clients, customers, and employees as well.
It's definitely a running concern whenever you're trying to get anywhere here. You're like, wow, what a great place to be, downtown Longview.
But not having the facility would have left downtown with a perpetual parking problem, and the voters agreed.
The citizens were overwhelmingly in support of it. We gave it to the citizens to decide, and the voting approached almost 70%, I think, in approval.
But now sidewalks are being cleaned around the $20+ million facility and work completed inside, with the familiar boom crane now taken down. With the finish line in sight, motorists will be looking forward to those nearly 300 parking spaces in the new facility. But it can't come fast enough for some.
But man, if there were parking, that would be great.
Bob Hallmark, KLTV 7 News.
Just save Hallmark a spot, right? They are nearing the finish line. That $23 million garage is set to open this October.